Welcome to Huts of New Zealand. In this series I will travel to backcountry huts all around New Zealand to record, review and rate my experiences to give you a better idea of what to expect when you go hiking around our beautiful country. Today I'm heading up to Jumbo Hut, a 20 bunk serviced hut located in the lower North Island's Tararua Ranges. I visited this hut while tramping the Holdsworth-Jumbo circuit after spending a night at Powell hut, so watch that video if you haven't already. From just south of Masterton, turn off State Highway 2 onto Norfolk Road and continue onto Mount Holdsworth Road after 10 minutes. It's a short and easy drive, and the road is sealed up until the gravel car park at the end. The car park is very large and the surrounding area has shelters and grassy areas, making it a nice place to come for a picnic. There's no cell phone reception here, but you'll find a public phone on the outside of the caretaker's cottage. Nearby there's a shelter with toilets, seating and information signs about the native species and conservation projects within the Tararua Forest Park. Near the start of the track you'll find more information about the tramping tracks, huts and potential hazards and warnings, so make sure you read them before setting off. Also remember to lock your vehicles and take any valuables with you. The trek to Jumbo Hut is 9 kilometres long with 1,000 metres of climb and takes roughly 4 hours. I walked this trek in reverse on my way back out to the car park as part of the Holdsworth-Jumbo circuit, so for me it was all downhill and took less than 3 hours. Starting out on a gravel driveway, you'll pass the 28 bunk Holdsworth Lodge, which is bookable on the dock website. Shortly after, a bridge crosses the beautiful Etiquette stream, which the track follows upstream most of the way to the hut. The wide and flat track is in excellent condition, travelling through the ancient Podocarp and beech forest with lots of birdlife. Turn right at the first track junction to head towards Donnelly Flat, a nice clearing on the river terrace great for camping, with longdrops, picnic tables and campfires dotted around the place. From here the track continues up the valley for 5 kilometres, crossing a number of awesome swing bridges and boardwalks to avoid the streams and swamps. This infrastructure makes the trek very easy and fun to walk, while increasing safety and also helping to minimise environmental impacts. Eventually you'll reach Atiwhakatu Hut, a large 26 bunk serviced hut built in 2009. Located by the river, this hut is very popular for families with children and bookings are also required all year round. Passing by the stinky longdrops, the trek to Jumbo Hut turns left and begins climbing steeply up Rain Gauge Spur. The difficult 700 metre climb will have you clambering over rocks and tree roots, which can get very slippery when wet. As you climb higher and higher, the dense beech forest becomes smaller and smaller, and the undergrowth thins out until eventually you'll emerge above the tree line. From here it's just a short walk through the shrubs and grasses until you finally arrive at Jumbo Hut. Jumbo Hut was built in 1982 as a replacement to Angle Knob Hut, which was located about a kilometre northwest down an exposed spur. Built in 1961, Angle Knob Hut survived almost 20 years before an unprecedented storm ripped it from its foundations and sent it flying 200 metres down the hill. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the incident, although deer-culler Chris Jenkins spent the night in the long drop after the hut began lifting off its piles. Jumbo Hut was built in a less exposed area on an east-facing ridge 200 metres below Jumbo Peak. It was extended in 1992 and upgraded in 2010 with new cladding and again in 2018 with tie-downs. Today, Jumbo Hut is a very popular tramping destination with amazing views over the Wairarapa region, and yes, it gets cell phone reception. Inside, it's got 20 bunks, a table with chairs, bench tops with 3 gas cookers, a wood stove, drying lines, candle holders, coat hooks, a skylight, and a warden's quarters with some extra unofficial bunk space up the ladder. There's 2 doors to get in and out, and outside you'll find a small covered deck, a woodshed with tools, bench space with a couple of sinks, 2 long drop toilets, don't forget your toilet paper, a gas shed, a helipad, and 2 large roof-filled water tanks. It's advised you filter or boil the water before use. I arrived at the hut around midday after leaving Powell Hut and battling my way through the howling wind along the treacherous Tararua tops, so I made some soup and relaxed in my sleeping bag to warm up. Throughout the day, many more trampers arrived at the hut, and by the time I prepared my dinner in the evening, the hut was pretty full. It's always so great meeting new people at the backcountry huts I visit, and as the sky darkened outside, we played card games and shared stories. When it comes time to go to sleep, remember to have good hut etiquette and be quiet and considerate of others. I always recommend wearing earplugs or headphones to block out any snorers. In stark contrast to the windy day before, the morning was calm and gloomy. I was up early to enjoy my morning coffee and pack up my gear ready for the day ahead of me. Remember to sign into the hut logbook and clean up after yourself, taking any rubbish with you. And after putting my shoes and bag on, I was off again, heading back out to the car park and completing the Holdsworth-Jumbo circuit. This 24-kilometre loop track is very popular and can be walked in any direction over 3 days, 2 days, or even 1 day if you're keen enough. But beware of the weather conditions. The Tararua Ranges are notorious for dangerous and unpredictable conditions, with an average of 200 windy or rainy days a year. It pays to check the weather forecast, know your limits, and pack extra safety gear if you plan on tackling the Tararua tops. I recommend checking out the Mountain Safety website to learn more about how to safely plan and prepare for your adventures. Overall, I really enjoyed my stay at Jumbo. From the outside, the hut certainly shows its age, with a dated construction and a mossy roof that might need cleaning or replacing. And on the inside, there's very little room or privacy when the hut is full, and the lack of some modern features like double glazing also make it less appealing. But Jumbo Hut is perfect as it is. It knows it's a 40-year-old hut, and it owns it all the way. It's got that classic backcountry character to it that the new Powell hut lacks, and it's cozy, communal, and with views like this, very cool. I think there's no better example of a popular old school backcountry hut, and I'd rate Jumbo Hut 4 stars. What it lacks in modern features, it makes up for with its retro style and classic character. I definitely recommend visiting Jumbo Hut if you haven't been before. Bookings are required all year round, and with only 20 bunks, they can sell out quick. I recommend planning at least a month in advance. Check out the dock website in the description below for more information on bookings, prices, and how to pay. A hut warden may also be present, so have those bookings ready, but most importantly, enjoy your stay. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of the huts of New Zealand.